I don't know what it is, but like, it's nowhere near New Year's Day, and people still have their fireworks going off. What's going on? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin, and today we're listening to Emerson, Lake and Palmer with their song Trilogy, self-titled, off of their album Trilogy, which was released in 1972. And by the way, just in case you guys are wondering, because I know sometimes you guys ask in the comments, I'm listening to the 2015 remaster, because that's what's on Spotify. I have one thing, and only one thing to say before we get into the song. And that's just, I hope you have a wonderful day, guys. I hope you're having a fantastic day. If it's morning right now, I hope you woke up with, I almost said the sun in your eyes, but that's not a great way to wake up. I hope you had a restful and a peaceful sleep. I hope you dreamt of the dreams you wanted to dream. And I hope when you woke up, perhaps some of them came to reality. And if it's nighttime or the later evening, I hope that you had a great day. Hope everything was the way you wanted it. Hopefully nothing was too stressful. And if it's the afternoon, I hope you had a great morning, and I hope you're looking forward to something later in the evening. I just hope that it's a great one. Guys, you can join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below. Support the channel on Patreon. But you can just sit back, relax, enjoy the video, enjoy the music, as I am likely going to do. Let's do it. This is ELP with Trilogy. That rhymes. I like that. Living. Love Palmer's drumming, and those drum breaks that were allowed in there sounded fantastic. We got some of that in Trilogy also. Of course, Emerson. I mean, man's a wizard on the keys and organ and everything that he does. Greg's voice, I'm assuming that that was Greg singing that. Wasn't expecting such a deep and just like, oh, deep, like low voice that he was singing, but like, that was cool. It brought a little bit of evil character into the song, which definitely matches along with I guess kind of the lyrics and the title of the song. That was a cool little short piece that kind of showcased a little bit more of what they could do if they took all their prog tendencies and kind of like just like compacted it together into a short 3-minute piece. I thought it sounded fantastic. And Emerson's keys and organ have a little bit of a playful menace to them. Do you guys get that a lot? Like, even with a lot of their other songs, I get a lot of play listening to specifically Emerson. He plays seriously, for example, in the beginning of Trilogy, which was absolutely gorgeous. I love the way that Greg and Emerson layered on top of each other and just rode that whole beginning melody, the way they Greg sung on top of Emerson's piano playing. That was beautiful. Like, that was a really, really attractive opening to me. But that really kind of goes with a lot of their music. Like, it sounds playful and progressive, and not to be taken so seriously. Like, they're kind of not tongue-in-cheek, but they're serious in their talents, but not always taking it all so seriously in what they always put out. Listen to that drumming, though. That's awesome. The kick rolls, the deep voice, the way it comes back in with the melody and the music, that's really cool. And actually, going back to Trilogy, if you listen to Palmer's drumming, really nice rolls on the kick going on in there as well, like prevalent through a lot of the song. Sounds fantastic. Yeah, and Greg is not afraid to cry out a little bit. Hit it, dude. This is a great song to showcase Greg's range. Actually, both of these songs are great to showcase Greg's range. Living Sin gets a thumbs up from me. Let's go back to Trilogy real quick, which I'll immediately preface, also gets a thumbs up from me. As if it wasn't obvious. Beautiful. Beautiful, attractive, and just luxurious piano playing from Emerson. I mean, really lulls you in. This, you can feel from the beginning that this is going to be an epic. And almost like strings here in the beginning. I'm assuming it's a keyboard or something. But I like that. I really wasn't expecting even that in here. And then, of course, it works its way into a more piano-led piece here, which is absolutely beautiful. I love the way that Greg plays, or, sorry, not Greg, Emerson, Keith. I know the names, I just get them all mixed up sometimes. That's biscuits and butter, okay? I don't care. Like, that is one of my favorite things so far listening to this album. I know there's a lot of good stuff in this album. Like, there's a lot of good stuff. But these first 2 minutes are some of the most lovely in this album. I love that. I love how Greg is just riding on top of the wave that Emerson's creating. Emerson, he is not afraid to pick it up, and you know what? Greg's gonna ride the wave with him. That's a lovely intro. And as far as I can tell, the song is pretty much broken up into 3 parts. Kind of reminds me of Three Fates off of their self-titled album, in the sense that, like I said, this is, you can kind of feel 3 distinct parts. Of course, this one feels much different from the rest that follow. In the middle piece, we get more of like Emerson's leading, and the ending, it's kind of a more coming together part. Definitely the most progressive in the song. And then as hold on, bum, ba, da, bum, bum. Hold on, let me try and count it out. Let me try this. Am I trying 5/8? Am I close? Feels like 5/8. Or maybe 5/4. I don't know. So dramatic. I like that a lot. Really like the sounds, by the way, that Emerson's been choosing to play on this album, specifically, and of course narrowed down into this song. I don't feel like any of it sounds out of place. I actually feel like it's pretty coherent, in line with what's going on in the song. Is this completely different from the piano-led piece that was going on earlier? Sure. Do I think it transitions well and it sounds well taking off from that piece? Absolutely. Deep in the back here, you hear Palmer on those kicks. He is just nailing it. He is tenderizing that ham. If the kick drum was a ham or a chicken, he's tenderizing the meat a little bit. And here we have a really nice transition. Greg comes back in, and it leads into that third part of Trilogy. And from what I can tell, looking at the lyrics, this seems to be some sort of love song, or maybe not exactly a love song, but there's definitely love and perhaps a breakup involved. Because in the lyrics he says, I've tried to mend that love that ended long ago, although we still pretend our love is surely coming to an end. Don't waste the time, you've got to love again. We've tried to make this relationship work. We've tried and tried. We end up probably just fighting and making it worse. So, let's just stop pretending. It's going to come to an end. Let's just part ways and make this as easy as possible. Now, at one point he mentions that he's writing this letter and he hopes that this letter gets to her. So I like how in that part, it's piano-led, it's introspective between Greg and Emerson, and you can actually kind of hear that Greg's having a little bit of a soliloquy in his mind as he's writing this letter to his partner, who will soon not be his partner. And then as the music picks up, especially in the middle and the last section, it feels like maybe he's reminiscing upon the trauma. Well, maybe not trauma, that may be a strong word. Maybe he's reminiscing upon the bad times, the twists and turns in the relationship that took place, because he's saying goodbye. And you can see that he's reminiscing and thinking about those times, because later the lyrics say, we'll talk of places that we went and times that we spent together, penniless and free. You'll see the day another way, and they could put the sunshine for nighttime where you lay. You'll love again, I don't know when, but if you do, I know that you'll be happy in the end. A little bit of a nice send-off, it wasn't you, it was me kind of thing going on. And the music kind of captures that perhaps turmoil that's kind of going on inside. It's definitely an emotional toll that's being taken when a breakup is happening, but he's trying to do his best, trying to make the transition as easy as possible, or the separation as easy as possible. They have a really interesting balance of playing the serious and playing the playful. And I like it. I think that so far, out of the albums I've heard, this one feels the most balanced between the two. This one feels the most balanced actually in all aspects. Anyways, I would love to know what you guys thought of the songs. You could join me on Twitter. You can absolutely join me in the comments down below. If you have never spoken up in the comments down below, please at least say hi. Just a hi. You don't even have to say anything. Just hey. You can also support the channel over on Patreon. I almost said Twitter, but you don't have to. I hope that you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed my company. I have enjoyed yours. Before you leave, don't forget to press the like button. Helps out a lot. Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.